Good afternoon, children. Today we are going to learn the poem, The Ball Poem, and the poem is written by John Berryman. This poem is a psychological study of man's reaction at some material loss. The first incident of material loss gives man a deep shock, but by and by he comes to realize that gains and losses are part and parcel of human life. So he comes to take loss as a common matter. Now let's see the poem. What is the boy now who has lost his ball? What is he to do? I saw it go merrily bouncing down the street, and then merrily over. There it is in the water. Now what happened? A little boy was playing with his ball by the side of a harbor. He threw his ball too high and it went bouncing down the street. The boy ran after it, but it fell into the water and floated away from him. No use to say, "Oh, there are other balls." An ultimate shaking grief fixes the boy as he stands rigid, trembling, staring down all his young days into the harbor where his ball went. Now, what was the reaction of the boy? The loss of the boy was a ball was a big shock to him. He kept standing at the shore, rigid and trembling. All his mind was fixed at the place where his ball had gone. I would not intrude him. Now the poet says that I would not intrude on him. A dime, another ball is worthless. Now he senses first responsibility in a world of possessions. Now the poet saw all this, but he didn't interfere with the boy's ruminations, loss. He did not offer him money to buy a new ball in place of the lost one. He knew that the boy was learning a very valuable lesson from this incident. He was learning his first lesson of how to put up with a material loss. People will take balls, balls will be lost always, little boy, and no one buys a ball back. Money is external, he is learning, well behind his desperate eyes, the epistemology of loss, how to stand up, knowing what every man must one day know, and most know many days how to stand up. So the poet is of the opinion that from this little incident, the boy learned that things once lost are lost forever. They can't be retrieved. It is futile to grieve over them. The only important thing is that we should have money to replace the lost things. Money is eternal. Okay, children, it's not external. Correct it, please. Money is eternal. Thus, the boy comes to realize that gains and losses are part and parcel of life. One should accept them as a common matter and not be unduly worried about them. When this realization comes to the boy, he runs back to the street, leaving the ball in the water. Okay, children, it's a very good model poem. Now let's see the message of the poem. The poem is a soulful picture of a little boy growing up and learning to deal in the air to the loss of the first thing he has ever held dear. It is the story of mankind learning to deal with the loss of their loved ones. The ball is a metaphor for everything that we think is irreplaceable in our life. Loss of a loved one can spell a period of intense grief and depression for us. We must overcome our grief and keep living. The poet's message is that life goes on despite the death of our loved ones. Okay, children, I hope the poem is clear for you. Thank you.